There's something diabolical going on today in society, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen it also, and that is nobody knows how to be themselves anymore. Nobody knows who they are. You get on social media, everybody's rich, everybody's married, everybody already have it, everybody's lives perfect. So a regular person like me or you, when we see this, it makes us question ourselves. So we start to incorporate some of the things that we see online, the negative things online, into our lives. For example, a woman going out and getting the BBL. Do you not realize that you are being a follower? Like, you're not being creative, like you're not doing anything beneficial. You're doing something just to get male attention, and then you play it off as if you're not getting male attention. You don't want it for that. You play it off as if you're doing it for yourself. But if you were doing it for yourself, you would never put something so toxic purposely into your body, knowing daggone well that you're really doing it to get men to look at you. That's what it is. That's an example of somebody that's straying away from themselves, somebody that's actually feeling the pressure of society to keep up with society, and somebody that's not really comfortable with who they are. And we need to get back to discovering who we are. Things are becoming so boring, in my opinion, because it's like we see the same stuff. We see the same people. And we see the same daggone arguments online. And it's like, can we move on from this? Every day when you get online, there's going to be somebody telling you how to live your life instead of telling you how to be your true self, how to get back to being yourself, because a lot of us have lost ourselves. And you really have to lose yourself to see that, dang, this entire time, like, I wasn't being who I really am. I wasn't trusting who I am. Like, and you will feel the energy, because the energy is going to feel funny. Like, when I started trying out wearing wigs, I started doing that because the girlies was doing it. But once I put that stuff on and she's stitching the daggone thing into my head and putting that net on, I was like, no. And then you have to pat your head because it's itching underneath it. Nah. Like, and I felt that, like, this wasn't me. Cat just walked into me. And I felt like that wasn't me. So I would take it out and I'll get it back in because I'm like, maybe I should do it again. And it's the same situation. I never wanted to take care of the hair or any of that. So I done away with that. And then, like, I started wearing sneakers because I seen the girlies wear sneakers. Me personally, I used to walk around barefoot when I was a kid. I would prefer to walk around barefoot. Today, I wear sandals or like flip-flops or Crocs because I like to have my feet closer to the earth. That's how I personally want to feel. That's how I want to live my life. And when I first woke up, it was like I had like a burst of energy because I had all of this knowledge. I was getting all of these downloads. It was like memories from the past were coming back to me. So I had such a burst of energy. I thought I knew so much and I wanted to spread all of this knowledge with the world. But of course, the world wasn't so nice to me because I wasn't abiding by what the world wanted me to be. So, I kept living my life and, really discovering who I am, really tapping in, watching Conjure Queen, watching Brother Yosef, Young Pharaoh. Since I'm so in touch with ancient Egypt, I watched a lot of Young Pharaoh stuff. And, that stuff was giving me energy. That stuff was making me happy. It may not made other people happy. It made them uncomfortable, but it was like, this is resonating with me and I just wanted to share it. But there were other things going on in my life that when I woke up, like I kind of just like whatever. And I was still doing some foolish stuff. But when I started, how can I word this in a way that's not going to get me in trouble? I had to start taking trips. I didn't have to. I wanted to because something in me said, hey, you should try this. At first, I didn't want to do it because I was like, no, I'm not doing that shit. But something kept pushing me towards it. So I tried it. And when I tell you, like, some really deep DNA got unlocked in my head, it was like almost addicting to find out what I was going to see, what was really going on, finding out who I am. That's when I was really writing a lot in my journal. That's when I spent a lot of days and nights crying. I would spend days at a time crying, not like just straight crying, but just thinking about, like, I really let myself go. I was really disappointed myself. I was really out here moving in a way that's not conducive. Tonka, I was really living in a way that wasn't conducive for me. I was living a way that was safe and comfortable for somebody else, for other people, but I wasn't doing it for me. So that made me like really depressed, and I just spent so much time crying. But something inside me was like, I want to know more. This is interesting. I'm crying, so I'm getting somewhere, so I want to know more. So I started going on more trips, and I started unlocking more things and like really figuring stuff out, and it was ugly. When I tell you it was ugly. And that let me know, like, I thought I loved myself. I really did not love myself. I wasn't being who I truly am. And that's what a lot of us need to get back to today. Start tapping in to who you really are. I like to watch cartoons, and I like to watch them because that makes me happy. It makes me connect with my childhood, and I love connecting with my inner child. I would do anything that makes me happy. I can look silly to others, but if it makes me happy, if it makes me feel good, if it's soothing that inner child in me, I'm going to do it. Roller skating is one of those things that I like to do. I have a blast when I'm roller skating. But yeah, I think a lot of us, we do need to get back to knowing who we are so we can figure out who we are, so we can be our genuine self, so we can know what love feels like. A lot of us are in relationships and we think that we're in love, but are you really? You could be in a situation, okay, even with your family, your parents. Not all the time that like you feel like you need to love your parents because they're your parents, but not all the time that those parents are really your parents. They could be a lesson for you to learn how to self-love again, because a lot of people grew up with toxic parents, and that doesn't get talked about. Toxic moms, toxic fathers. We talk about toxic relationships, but let's talk about our parents also. And I know somebody's going through it. But yeah, do what makes you happy. Do what brings love to yourself. Don't alter yourself. Don't stop trying to be something that you're not, because you're just looking like an NPC, and that's boring. This is why, like, when I have conversations with people, I have to have a deep conversation or you're gonna lose me. Like, we can joke around and stuff, but I need something deeper. My soul craves something deeper. I don't want to talk about silly stuff all the time. This is why I don't like watching stuff that has to deal with violence. I don't like stuff that deals with harming kids. I don't like things that's going to lower my vibration. I want to keep my vibration high as possible. And I want to vibrate in that, because that's going to change the world around me for the better. And that's going to change the world around you. So let me know if any of you are going through this. Have you forgotten how to love yourself? Did you think that you loved yourself and you did some deep diving and figured out that life really wasn't what you thought it was, and you completely lost yourself? Maybe you were a party girl and trying to fit in with everybody else, and you realize that this is not really it. Like, at the end of the day, like, when you get home, it's like, yeah, that was cool, but yeah, I don't want to do that. And this is why a lot of people are introverts, because we want to tap back into ourselves. We love the company of ourselves because we actually love ourselves. There could be little aspects here that is like, okay, I got to fix, but we have to get back to knowing who we are so we can be different and not look like minions. You want to be different. You want to stand out in the world. You want to cause a little ruckus. That's going to make you stand out, though. You're being who you truly are. But yeah, I encourage everybody today to do something that is going to make your soul happy. That's going to make your inner child happy. That gets you back to self-loving yourself. It could be something small. You could take a bath and put rose petals in it and put some milk in there and put some honey in there. Whatever makes you feel good. Whatever you do, just dedicate it to yourself. All right, guys? I just wanted to share that with you really quick. And let me know down in the comments. I want to hear you guys' story. I want to hear what you all had going on in your life, because that's growth. And we love growth. I want to see growth. I'm going to grow with you all. All right? I just wanted to throw that out there really quick. And I'll talk to you all later.